Philosophy, Balugang College, Balugang. Friends, it's my honor and a pride privilege to welcome all of you to this webinar on the theme Man and Philosophy this year. Friends, you all are aware of the theme of World Philosophy Day 2020. It's about the importance of philosophy in time crisis. 2020 edition of World Philosophy Day is focused on the importance of philosophical thinking to help the human beings to face the challenges of the world. The World Philosophy Day is observed on the third Thursday of November every year to strengthen people's commitment to philosophy, reflection, achievement, research, study, and to face the problems of the world. And it has been introduced by UNESCO since 2002. The Department of Philosophy organizes the World Philosophy Day every year. This year, we are organizing this program through virtual mode. Today, we have invited Professor Pramod Kumar Das, HOD Philosophy, Noyagoda Autonomous College, Noyagoda, Odisha, to speak on the topic Man and Philosophy, Manava or Darsana, the relation of human being with philosophy and philosophy with human beings. I welcome him today, and I also welcome our principal madam, Professor Binoti Manjari Raut, who is with us to inaugurate the program and to speak a few words to encourage the lovers of wisdom. Professor Binoti Manjari Raut, principal of our college, has a teaching experience of more than 34 years in this college. The department, and she belongs to the Department of Odia, and she is now acting as head and leader of the department, and simultaneously she has taken the leadership of the college. She has taken the leadership of the college as the principal for the last 1.5 years. Since then, she has strengthened the academic and co-academic activities of the college to take it a greater height. Her promising attitude, commitment, dedication, and love for the students is praiseworthy. I welcome our principal madam to inaugurate the program and to speak a few words. Over to madam. Over to principal madam. Madam Namaskar. Madam Pranam.
प्रणाम।
Madam Pranam. Madam start. Madam inaugurate the program
हाँ,
by
अ,
by your
ଆଜି
speech. By your speech.
ଆଜି ହେଉଛି ବିଶ୍ୱ ଦର୍ଶନ ଦିବସ, ୱାର୍ଲଡ ଫିଲୋସଫି ଡେ। ଏହି ଦିବସରେ ମୁଁ ଆମ ମହାବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟର ଦର୍ଶନ ବିଭାଗୀୟ ମୁଖ୍ୟ ଡକ୍ଟର କୈଳାସ ଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ମହାରଣା, ଏହା ସହିତ ଯୋଡ଼ି ହୋଇଥିବା ତାଙ୍କ ସହ ଅଧ୍ୟାପକ ପ୍ରକାଶ କୁମାର ସେଠୀ ମହୋଦୟ, ନିମନ୍ତ୍ରିତ ଅତିଥି ନୟାଗଡ଼ ଅଟୋନମସ୍ କଲେଜର ଦର୍ଶନ ବିଭାଗର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ପ୍ରମୋଦ କୁମାର ଦାସ ମହୋଦୟ, ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ପ୍ରଣାମ ଜଣାଉଛି। ଏହା ସହିତ ଯୋଡ଼ି ହୋଇଥିବା ମୋ ମହାବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟର ସମସ୍ତ ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀ, ଦର୍ଶନ ବିଭାଗର ଏବଂ କୋଣ ଅନୁକୋଣରୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ମୋର ଆନ୍ତରିକ ଶୁଭକାମନା ଜଣାଉଛି। ଏପରି ସମୟ ଆସି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲା ଯାହାଦ୍ୱାରା କି ମୋ ମହାବିଦ୍ୟାଳୟର ଛାତ୍ରଛାତ୍ରୀମାନେ ଏହି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମରୁ ବଞ୍ଚିତ ହୋଇଛନ୍ତି, ତଥାପି ସେମାନେ ଅନଲାଇନ୍ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଆଜି ଯେଉଁ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ କରିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ସେହି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମକୁ ମୁଁ ସ୍ୱାଗତ କରୁଛି। ଯାହା ହେଉ, ଏଇଭଳି ମହାମାରୀ ସମୟରେ ସେମାନେ ଘରେ ଥାଇ ମଧ୍ୟ ସାର୍ମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ରଖିବା पाठपढ़ा सहित लिंक रखिबा रु से वंचित होई नाहंती आग्रह सहकारे ए कार्यक्रम को आगे नहीं छंती सेथिपाई मु समस्तंकु स्वागत करुछि एवं धन्यवाद मध्य जणाउछि। आज ए फिलोसफी डे रे मु मध्य टिके मन दुख करुछि जहाकु नै महाविद्यालय अनेक दिन धरी अति खुशी रे उत्साह रे एक कार्यक्रम करुथिला आज से माने घरे बसी एहाकू उपभोग करुचंती तेणु घरे बसी उपभोग करिबा एवं प्रेजेंट रही महाविद्यालय भितरे ए कार्यक्रम करिबा बहुत तफात तथापि से माने आज ए कार्यक्रम करुचंती तेणु आज वर्ल्ड फिलोसफी डे रे मो महाविद्यालय समस्त छात्र छात्री मानक पुनर्बार मु कृतज्ञता जणाइबा सह मोर शुभेच्छा शुभकामना जणाउछि एवं समस्त अध्यापक अध्यापिका माने जेउ माने कि या सहित लिंक रही छंती से मानक मध्य मो प्रणाम जणाउछि। फिलोसफी डे बा दर्शन दिवस रे मु विशेषतः किछि कहि परिबे नाही जे दर्शन सहित जड़ित सी जेतिकी कहिबे ताठू कम मात्रा रे कहि परिबे विशेष भाव रे कहि परिबे किंतु वर्तमान समय रे प्रत्येक लोक ए दर्शन सहित जड़ित होई सारी चंती कारण दर्शन एई भली एक विषय वस्तु जहा जीव जगत को ही बुझाई थाए तत्व को सम्यक भाव में देखिबा सत्य को उपलब्धि करिबा जानिबा एवं प्रत्येक मनुष को मार्गदर्शन करिबा हेउछि दर्शन किंतु समस्ते एही मार्गदर्शन को उपलब्धि करि पारि नथांती किंतु वर्तमान समय रे मु अनुभव करूची जे केवल राज्य नहीं समग्र विश्वर प्रत्येक मनुष्य ए दर्शन शास्त्र को आपणे नहीं कारण दर्शन बिना आमे ए महामारी रु रक्षा पाई परिबा नहीं तेणु दर्शन कहिले आमे ताकू ही बुझिबा जे भगवत बा भगवान कर महान आत्मा को उपलब्धि करिबा एवं भगवान कर महत्व को दर्शन करिबा तांको मार्ग को उपलब्धि करिबा यह ही होची दर्शन तेणु दर्शन शास्त्र भीतर को गले आहुरी अनेक कथा में हमर कैलाश सर कहि परिबे या विषय रे किंतु समस्त को हमें दार्शनिक बोली कहि परिबा नाही समस्त को भीतर एही ज्ञान मार्ग न थाए किंतु वर्तमान समय रे हुए तो किंचित भावरे हेउ बा सम्यक भावरे हेउ अधिक मात्रा रे हेउ समस्त किछि किछि उपलब्धि करि सारिलेनी कारण एई भली महामारी रो रक्षा पाइबा को हेले आमे भगवान को व्यतीत बा भगवत व्यतीत आमे एथिरु रक्षा पाई परिबा नाही से छोट हुअंतु बड़ हुअंतु किंबा धनी हुअंतु गरीब हुअंतु जे कोनोसी जहां भी हुअंतु निश्चित भावरे भगवान को व्यतीत बा भगवत विश्वास व्यतीत आमे दर्शन व्यतीत आमे एथिरु रक्षा पाई परिबा नाही प्रत्येक मुहूर्त रे एई भली समय आसी पहुंची जे सकाळो राति पर्यंत रातिरु सकाळ पर्यंत प्रत्येक हृदय रे एई भावना जागृत होईची जे भगवान भगवान बोली प्रत्येक आज समस्ते ही कही बोलुछंती भगवान को व्यतीत ए रक्षा केबे संभव नुहे केवल भगवान ही रक्षा कर परिबे भगवान कर मार्गदर्शन कले यह ही सक्षम होई परिबो यह संभव होई परिबो तेणु समस्ते यह को उपलब्धि करि सारिलेणी आमे वर्तमान जीवा आज दर्शन दिवस रे आमे तांकु ही मने पकाइबा जे कि ए दर्शन शास्त्रर जन्मदाता जो जन्मदाता ग्रीस महादेश रे जन्म ग्रहण करथिले सॉक्रेटिस। तेणु से सॉक्रेटिस आज नहांती किंतु से जो बीज बपन करी जाइछंती से बीजरू समग्र विश्व आज ग्रहण करिछि। से बीज को आज समस्ते आपणे नहीं। तेणु दार्शनिक सॉक्रेटिस दिने ଏହା ହିଁ କହିଥିଲେ ଏଇଭଳି ସମୟ ଆସିବ ସମସ୍ତେ ଏହାକୁ ଆପଣେଇବେ, କେହି ଆଠାରୁ ବାଦ ହୋଇ ଆଜି ସେଇ ସମୟରେ ଆସି ପହଞ୍ଚିଛୁ। ତେଣୁ ବିଶ୍ୱ ଦର୍ଶନ ଦିବସରେ ଆମେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ମଣିଷର ବିଚାର ବୁଦ୍ଧିକୁ ତୁଳନା କରିବା। ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ସେଇ ବିଚାର ବୁଦ୍ଧି ଆସିଯାଇଛି, ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ସେଇ ଇନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟାନୁଭୂତି ବାଦ ସମସ୍ତେ ତାକୁ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଛନ୍ତି, संयमता अवलंबन करिछंती एवं भगवत को विश्वास करुछंती। तेणु समय थिला हुए तो सॉक्रेटिस को दिने विषपान करिवे पई बाध्य करा जायतिला। से विषपान करी मृत्युवरण करिथिले। जेतेबेले गोपबंधु हजारीबाग जेल भीतर थिले सेतेबेले से एई भली एक कविता तांको संपर्क रे लिखिथिले। तांको मन को आसीथिला जे प्रत्येक मनीष विश्व पई किछि करि थांती। सॉक्रेटिस मध्य बहुत उत्तम कार्य करिथिले समस्तଙ୍କ पई। मु मध्य जहा करूछि ଏହା ମଧ୍ୟ ମୋ ପାଇଁ ନୁହେଁ, ସମଗ୍ର ସମାଜ ପାଇଁ, ସମାଜକୁ ଶୃଙ୍ଖଳିତ କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ସମାଜକୁ ବଞ୍ଚେଇବା ପାଇଁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଏହା ପ୍ରତିବଦଳରେ ମଣିଷ ପାଇଛି କଣ? ମଣିଷ କେବଳ ପାଇଛି ଦଣ୍ଡ। ତେଣୁ ତା ପାଇଁ ଦଣ୍ଡ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଆଉ କିଛି ହିଁ ନଥିଲା। ତେଣୁ ଗୋପବନ୍ଧୁ କହିଥିଲେ ଯେମିତି ସକ୍ରେଟିସଙ୍କୁ ବିଷପାନ କରାଇବା ପାଇଁ बाध्य करा जायतिला सेई भली हुए तो मो पई एई भली समय आसीबो। किंतु सेई माने ही अमरत्व लाभ करंती, जेउ माने ही समाज पई, जेउ माने ही विश्व को रक्षा करे पई, जेउ माने समस्तंक जीवन को रक्षा करे पई, ए जीव जगत को ए सृष्टि को रक्षा करे पई आगे आसी थांती। से माने को किछि ना किछि भाबरे एई भली भाबरे दंडनीय हेबा को पड़ी थाए। किंतु तार प्रतिबदल रे समग्र मानव समाज ए संसार रही थिबा पर्यंत ताकु मने रखि थाए। आज सेई भली सॉक्रेटिस नथिले मध्य तांको शास्त्र को आमे ए समाज बंची थिबा पर्यंत आमे मने रखि थिबा। प्रत्येक मानव समाज रक्षा करिथिबो, प्रत्येक छात्र छात्री तांको मने रखि थिबे। आमे मध्य आज तांको मने रखी ए दिवस पालन करूछि। ए दिवस अवसर रे मो समस्तंकु मो मोर गभीर हृदयर प्रणाम जणाउछि। मु पुणी थरे कहिबी आ किछि रहिछि समय नाही गोटे गप कहिबी जे गपटी हला जे गोटे सभा चलीथिला कवि सम्मेलन। ए कवि सम्मेलन रे अनेक कोण अनुकोण कवि माने आसीछंती। उपेंद्र भंज जाइछंती, सेथरे दार्शनिक माने जाइछंती, वैज्ञानिक माने जाइछंती, समस्त उपस्थित अछंती। किंतु प्रश्न थिला कोण जे प्रकृत रे दर्शन काहाकू आमे कहिबा। उपेंद्र भंज कहिथिले कि कहिथिले गोटे गोलाप फूल को देखाई फूलर बास्ना होची सबुठारु महकित, प्रत्येक जीवन को महकित करिब। उपेंद्र भंज मध्य कहिथिले जे गोलाप फूल भड़ी समस्त हृदय बास्ना रे महकित हेब। तेणु तार फूलटी सबुठारु सुंदर, तार पाखुड़ाटी सुंदर। किंतु जड़े वैज्ञानिक कहिथिले जे गोलाप फुलरू जहाँ जात हेब ता समस्त कार्य लगे किंतु जड़े दार्शनिक कौन कही दार्शनिक कही तार कंटा हूँ सबुठ भल कहीं जे जदि कंटा अच्छी कंटा न था फुलटी को आम उपभोग कर तेणु जीवनटा कंटकित नहेले आम जीवन मूल्य बुझीपर ना तेणु जीवन को जदि आम उपभोग करवा प्रत्येक जीवन में जेते घात प्रतिघात विपद आपद भल मंद सबू आसिले आम जीवन मूल्य को बुझा दरकार तेणु प्रत्येक हृदय रे से भावना आसवा दरकार तेणु दर्शन हेउछि एइभଳି एक अनुसंधान मूलक विषय जो विषय रे रही केवल भगवान को प्रेम करवा भगवत विश्वास करवा गीता रे श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन को मध्य सेया ही कहिथिले हे अर्जुन तुमे ही आदि जो कहूच एमाने मोर एमाने आपणार मु युद्ध क्षेत्र को जीवी नहीं किंतु तुमको जीवाकु हेब ए शरीर हेउची कोन ए शरीर गोटे लुगा को बा वस्त्र को पुरुणा वस्त्र नथिले नुआ केबे आसीबो नाही तेणु पुरुणा वस्त्र बदलाइले नूतन वस्त्र तुमे धारण करिवो एहा हेउची संसारर विधि तेणु तुमे जो आज आपणार बोली कहूच से माने काली नथिबे सेमानकर आत्मा थिबो किंतु सेमाने नथिबे तुमे जो बापा माँ जेजे एमाननको सब कहूच एमाने मोर आपणार समस्ते आपणार किंतु तांको आत्मा रहिबो किंतु सेमाने नथिबे हे गांडीब हे धनुर्धारी तुमको धनु धारण करने को पड़िबो ए युद्ध क्षेत्र को ओह्लाइबा को पड़िबो एवं ए युद्ध रे तुमे प्रतीक होई कार्य करने को पड़िबो तेणु ए छात्र छात्री माने तुमको मु आज ए महामारी संपर्क रे एतिकी कहबी समस्ते भगवत विश्वास रख भगवान को प्रति तुमरा पवित्र महान आत्मार बा महान प्रेम को ढाली दियो भगवान हेउछंती जहां को व्यतीत आमे किछि करि परिबा तेणु ए दर्शन शास्त्र रे ही जहाँ ही उपविष्ट रही जहाँ को तुम्हें माने आलोचना विलोचना माध्यम रे तुमर अध्यापक मानक ठारू तुम्हें आहरण करुच ताहा ही हेउची आदि जीव जगत भितरे तुम्हें जो बंचुच तेणु ए बंचिबा हेउची केवल एकमात्र दर्शन शास्त्र ही तुमको ए पथ सूचाई देव तेणु हे छात्र छात्री माने ए दिवस रे तुमको एतिकी मु सूचना देवी तुम्हें मैंने घरे रही मध्य भगवान को प्रति तुमर मनोभाव को सहाय कर भगवान अर्पण कर तुम भितरे से दर्शन शास्त्र प्रत्येकटी महत्व को प्रकाश कर एवं तुम्हें आग को बढ़ एवं ये महामारी को दूरे दे जे आमे दर्शन विभाग आमको महामारी आम मान भितर से महामारी जो संक्रमण रक्षा करने जहाँ दरकार आम भितर अच्छी आम टीका दरकार नहीं आम औषध दरकार नहीं आम भितर से महान भावना रही से भावना को नहीं आम ए महामारी समय रे आम से रक्षा धन्यवाद साथ आपण को धन्यवाद मो समस्त को धन्यवाद दे मो आज ए कार्यक्रम रु विरति नेउछि पुनर्बार समस्त को प्रणाम जणाई रहुछि धन्यवाद।
Hello, thanks so much, madam, for your inaugural speech on the eve of World Philosophy Day in digital mode, and you have also spoke a few words regarding the faith of divine during the pandemic period. Thanks so much for your nice speech and nice words. and your lucid words will definitely inspire our students. And before welcoming and inviting Professor Pramod Kumar Das, the speaker of today's session, I would like to present a few words on the theme of philosophy and man that our speaker is going to discuss. That I won't like to take much time. I would like to present it within 2 or 3 minutes. Man is preeminently a thinking being. The power of thought is his life. With it, he analyzes the world in different ways from various aspects, and he determines his relationship with others of the universe. Man cannot help thinking. Man cannot help interpreting. It's the natural instinct of man. Philosophy is the outcome of man's thought. Philosophy is said to be thought oriented. It is more thought oriented than any other enterprise. I can quote the definition of Patrick, as Patrick puts it: philosophy is thinking things through. Anthony Flew, once upon a time, puts it in a different way. Philosophy is thinking about thinking. According to Descartes, thinking constitutes the very essence of mind which only human beings have. And it is said that man is greatly thoughtful. Man is generally thoughtful. And you know, the thinking power in man's life force is very essential. And from the birth of a human being, from the birth of man, the power starts manifesting with a gradual development of his body, mind, and expression. So every man goes on questioning from the childhood. It is the nature of philosophy. It is philosophical reflection in him. And whenever he says, where from I have come, where to go, it is also the question of philosophy in him. And philosophy of man, they are interlinked with one another. Man is instinct with philosophy. Philosophy is organic to the nature of man. So the philosophy cannot be separated from human being. The essential nature of man is to think and to philosophize and to enterprise. And the reflection and wonder behind the questions of human being make him more thought oriented and philosophical. So, uh, um, uh, whenever we we discuss the relation of philosophy and human being, we can say that the knowledge of philosophy helps man to interpret the inner world as well as the outer world. So there are so many things to discuss about the relationship between relationship of human being with philosophy. I would like to say more about it. Now, I would. It's a time to welcome Professor Pramod Kumar Das, the speaker of today's webinar. But prior to his talk, it's my privilege to introduce his academic pursuits. Uh, you know, uh, Professor Pramod Kumar Das is now working as head of the Department of Philosophy, Noyagoda Autonomous College. And Professor Pramod Kumar Das did his graduation from SS College Puri in the year 1991, and MA from Utkal University in 1993. And in both BA and MA class, he stood first class first in Utkal University. He was a gold medalist in both undergraduate level and postgraduate level. The students and teachers have witnessed his extempore speech and reflective thought, both in UG and PG class. And we can say Pramod Kumar Das is a very brilliant scholar throughout his career, throughout his studentship. Sri Pramod Kumar Das joined Suraj Mal Shah College, Puri, as a lecturer in philosophy in the year 1994, and continued till continued up to 2016. And after 2016, he is in Noyagada Autonomous College. He was posted as a lecturer in Noyagada Autonomous College by Government of Odisha after being qualified successfully by SSB. Sri Pramod Kumar Das is at present working as President Chinmay Mission Puri and Chairman Wisdom Intellectual Forum Puri, and he is also working as the convener of Philosophy Family, who has gained popularity throughout the country. And Professor Das has organized hundreds of seminars and intellectual programs during this decade. And Sri Pramod Kumar Das is very known to the students and teachers for his novel way of teaching, for his innovative style of teaching and creativity. He has taken different activities in the college, and he has made them successful because of his creativity, because of his innovative ideas, because of his style of working and executing the program. Now I welcome Professor Pramod Kumar Das to the World Philosophy Day organized by the Department of Philosophy, Balugang College. I also welcome Professor Debasis Sarangi, who is connected with us, who is hosting this program, and who is also the coordinator of Philosophy Family, and who has taken a great responsibility to popularize the philosophical speeches of Philosophy Family throughout the world. And now, today, he has taken the responsibility to host the program and to record the speech and to spread it through YouTube to popularize philosophical activities and philosophical reflection. Now, I welcome Professor Pramod Kumar Das. Welcome to Professor Das. Hello, Pramod sir.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you. Respected Principal Madam, respected Dr. Kailash Chandra Maharana, Head of the Department of Philosophy, Balunga College, other esteemed faculty members of the Department of Philosophy, Balunga College, my dear Debasis, esteemed participants, and very dear students, those who are participating, particularly in this session on this auspicious day of World Philosophy Day. I am very happy that Debasis is with us. Perhaps he will moderate the session. Debasis means the blessing of Devo, Devo Asis, blessing of God. And God is all pervaded, Isavas idam sarvam. So Debasis is all pervaded. He is in Philosophy Family. He is in the morning session, he was with Kamala Nehru College, and he was coordinating there. And now he is with this session also. God bless you, Debasis. I appreciate the very loving words of Principal Madam, who spoke very beautifully about philosophy, though she belongs to literature. She said that every man is inquisitive by nature. Man has an inner urge to ask questions. And she said that philosophy is basically meant for the love for the deity. Madam, philosophy also means love of wisdom, and faith in God and knowledge about God is also a part of philosophy. And you also said that philosophy is meant for living. These three things I appreciate about Principal's address in this auspicious occasion. Kailasa sir also introduced the topic very beautifully. He spoke about the relation between man and philosophy, that man is built up by philosophy. Every man is a philosopher. Only the students of a philosophy or teachers of a philosophy or professors of philosophy are not philosophers. Each and every man is a philosopher. This is true. Aristotle said that every man is a philosopher. Today, after discussion, we shall come to know that philosophy is not the cup of tea of everybody. Very few people are called genuine philosophers. Very few people. So every man is a philosopher. Very few people are philosophers. And also it is true that no man is a philosopher. We shall discuss these three things, three dimensions of philosophy: how every man is a philosopher, how very few men are philosophers, and no man is a philosopher. When Aristotle says that every man is a philosopher, by philosophy, it is generally meant that in a very broad sense, thinking is philosophy. If every man is a rational being, every man has rationality, every man has an ability of thinking, in that sense, we can say that every man is a philosopher. Whatever you think is philosophy. Whatever you think. I always encourage my students that each and every student is also a philosopher because he or she thinks. One day, I asked one of my students, he was not coming regularly to the class, he was irregular. I asked him, what was the reason why you are not coming to the class? What is your complaint? What is your problem? Are you not satisfied with our teaching? That I am not teaching, Madam is not teaching? What is your problem? The student replied that my father is a farmer. I am helping him in the field. I said, you are the philosopher. And you shall be a great philosopher in your life. He spoke very frankly that I could not come to my classes. I missed so many classes because this is our, we deal with farming. My father is a farmer, and in the harvesting time, this is my duty that I help my father in the field. When I go to my village, internationally, I talk with the farmers, the most illiterate persons. And I learn very great, very mature philosophy from the illiterate people. In that sense, every man is a philosopher, not only an university professor, not only Socrates, not only Plato, not only Aristotle. Every man is a philosopher. A child is a philosopher. Every man has a realization. Every man has some experience. Every man lives his life, his or her life from the experience of life. Whatever a man learns, that becomes his philosophy. The second thing I advise my students, and through this webinar, I also advise the students of all colleges, universities, read less, think more. Suppose you are discussing about philosophy of Sankacharya, think more. What is Brahma? What is Jagat? What is Maya? Think more. Then only you can have philosophic wisdom. So if in the very broad sense, we shall define philosophy, and we shall claim that every man is a philosopher, then thinking is philosophy. Whatever we think, that is our philosophy. Because our thinking is backed by, is supported by, is rooted in our preoccupied thoughts, our experience, our beliefs, our convictions, our likes, dislikes, our taste of life. Out of that we speak, we think, and also we live our life. If thinking is philosophy, then we shall discuss how many types of thinking are there. in general, how many types of thinking are there? Logical thinking, analytical thinking, religious thinking, dogmatic thinking, ethical thinking. If thinking is a philosophy, then we shall discuss how many types of thinking are there. Are all thinkings are same? Are all thoughts same? Are all thinking same? No. There are different types of thinking. Analytical thinking. Suppose we say analytical thinking. Analytical thinking means to think about something from different perspectives. This is human possibility. This is human ability. He or she may be a man of literature, or a man of history, or man of any faculty, any department. He knows how to think analytically. When we think about something from different perspectives, from different standpoints, that is called analytical thinking, and we are all aware of this, and we all do that. This is a philosophical activity which every man does, not that only philosophers do. Suppose religious thinking. What is religious thinking? Behind everything, we believe that there is a purpose, there is a divine purpose. We believe in teleology. Something happened. We claim that, we believe that nothing happened accidentally. Everything happens incidentally. That means every event is supported by a divine order, a purpose. If we think so, if we interpret so, then our thinking is called religious thinking. We think religiously. Everything is purposive by nature. There is a purpose. There is a discipline in cosmos. Everything is systematic. Religious thinking. Similarly, ethical thinking. When we discuss, we think about goodness, that something is good, something is bad. Then that thinking is called ethical thinking. You see, the fact is the same. Something happened, X happened. We can interpret the same fact from the standpoint of a religion. Then our thinking is religious thinking. From the standpoint of a morality, whether this is good or bad, that thinking is ethical thinking. If we discuss if we interpret that fact from different standpoints, then that is analytical thinking. Similarly, we have dogmatic thinking. Thinking also dogmatic. We have dogmatic thinking. We have scientific thinking. We have logical thinking. Daughter-in-law entered into the house for the first time after marriage, and just she entered, mother-in-law expired. So we conclude that this daughter-in-law is not good. She is a bad fate. अशुभ अलक्षणी बहु घरे पशु पशु शाशु चले ये बहु आसबारू शाशु कले two facts exist one after another. Two events happened one after another. We made a causal connection that this caused that without having any base, scientific base, without having any proof, any scientific base. It is baseless. There are so many dogmatic thinkings. पिलांको चेंको दिया हुए चेंको आदिवासी माने सब पिलांको चेंको दियंती चेंको देले जरा भलो हो जो dogmatic thinking. But this is also a thinking. This is also philosophy. If thinking is philosophy, then dogmatic thinking is also philosophy in the very broad sense. Analytical thinking is philosophy, scientific thinking is philosophy, religious thinking is philosophy, your ethical thinking is philosophy, dogmatic thinking is philosophy. Similarly, there are so many thinkings. We have one mind, but mind thinks differently. We think about physics, we think about chemistry, we think about zoology, we think about art, literature. All these thoughts are rooted in philosophy because the very thought is philosophy, the very thinking is philosophy. In that broad sense, we shall say that philosophy is thinking. But I shall come to the next step, that the very few people are philosophers. Very few people are philosophers. How? Now, mere thinking is not philosophy. Rethinking is philosophy. Rethinking. If thinking is philosophy, that's all right. Every man is a philosopher. But we shall focus on philosophy in a very specific sense, then we shall come to the point that a rethinking of a thinking is philosophy. If you think what you think, then that is philosophy. So philosophy is the second order activity. Thinking is the first order activity, and rethinking, thinking about thinking, is the second order activity. Here, the task is difficult. All are engaged in thinking, but very few people rethink and rethink and rethink and never conclude, because there is no conclusion in philosophy. There is a satire in a philosophy. Many people make jokes on the subject of philosophy. They say, they claim that philosophy is a subject which is searching the black cat in a dark room where it is not. Searching a black cat in a dark room where it is not. It is a satire. But sometimes satire is treated as the truth. Yes, we admit we are searching the black cat in the dark room, and we do not want to get it, because it is not the job of philosophy to get something, to find the black cat in the black room, but dark room. It is not the job of philosophy. The job of philosophy is only searching. It will go on searching. It has no conclusion. In the course of searching, whenever we find something, that becomes science, that becomes religion, that becomes something. In the course of searching, we found physics. In the course of searching, we found chemistry. In the course of searching, we found biology. Because there is searching in every department, in every faculty, in every mode of experiment. There is a searching. Principal Madam said that the highest searching is the searching of God. Yes, that is also searching. The true bhakta, the real devotee, is one who does not wish to find God. If at all he or she finds God, he or she cannot digest. Therefore, Lord Krishna exposed Vishwarupa only to Arjuna for a few minutes, giving him Divya Chakyu. So man is inquisitive by nature, means man will search. Man will search. And that searching is philosophy, and it is an ever-ending searching. Never ending. It will never end. Search will never end. Whenever we find something, again we search. What is next? So from thinking, now we have come to the stage to think the beyond. To think the beyond. So thinking beyond is philosophy. This comes in the next stage. Here, this this is not everybody's cup of tea that I said. Here, every man becomes few men. Socrates is a philosopher in that sense. Plato is a philosopher in that sense. Aristotle is a philosopher in that sense. Aristotle said that every man is a philosopher, that's all right. But in the genuine sense, in the second sense, when we philosophize in the true sense of the term, it is thinking beyond. Thinking beyond. Whatever you have thought, you have to think beyond. You have to go beyond. This is the philosophical activity. This is the philosophical acumen in every man. This is the philosophical attitude. Why? Why man is not satisfied in his finite search? Why man is not satisfied in his temporary search? Because man is infinite within. Because man is infinite within, he is never satisfied with the finite searches. Because he is infinite within. He is the soul. He seeks the infinite. He seeks the unlimited. He seeks the totality. Therefore, a philosopher's search never ends. Wherever it ends, wherever it takes a halt, it becomes science. It becomes science. And science ends with probability. Science ends with a probability. So every point of scientific development is not the last point. Science also changes from time to time. Religious thoughts are changing from time to time. Because there is a development in human psyche. Because man seeks the infinity. Man is the pure consciousness. Therefore, man is not satisfied with this or that searching. Man is never satisfied with relative knowledge. I shall speak one sentence. Please, nobody should mind. We feel proud that we feel proud claiming ourselves that we are rational animals. But man is a fool. Every man is a fool. Boca. Every man is a fool before the nature. We are safe because we live in a society. We are safe because we live in a society. Our life has value because we are living in the boundary of a society. If we are thrown into the jungle, if we are before a tiger or a lion, then our philosophy, our value has no value. So everything is all right. Everything is all right. Therefore, today we are doing webinars. We are discussing, we are thinking. But man is very limited with nature. Man is ignorant of the tomorrow. Man is ignorant of the next moment. Nobody knows what will happen next moment. In that sense, man is fool. Because the future is not under our control. The future is not under our control. We just predict the future. We just predict the future. Science predicts the future. That prediction may be true, may be false. We can speak at least about past and present. We cannot speak about the future. But what is nature? Nature is past, present, and future. What is cosmos? What is the cosmic principle? It is the totality, it is the whole, past, present, and future. The Vishwarupa is the complete vision. Arjuna was ignorant of the future. By showing Vishwarupa, Lord Krishna exposed the future. That you see your dead body, you see the dead body of your relatives. Because you cannot see the future, therefore you are confused. What to do and what not to do. Therefore, thinking is not enough. Therefore, there is no conclusion in philosophy. Therefore, there is no end in searching. Because the complete nature is not known to human beings. In spite of our best knowledge, in spite of our best science, in spite of our best technology, in spite of our rich religion, we are limited. So, rethinking is philosophy. When rethinking comes, then we accept two things. Whatever we have thought, that is thesis, and whatever we rethink, that is antithesis. Sometimes we think the opposite. ଏଇଟା ଏମିତି ହେଲେ କେମିତି ହବ? ଆଚ୍ଛା ମୁଁ ଯିବି, ମୁଁ ନ ଗଲେ କେମିତି ହବ? Arjuna was confused because he had two choices: to fight, not to fight, to be, not to be. Man is always found with two possibilities: thinking, rethinking, thesis, antithesis. So when we were discussing that thinking is philosophy, we were engaged in thesis only. When philosophy is understood as rethinking, now we take both thesis and antithesis into consideration. That is our impartial understanding. Man is such a rational being who can think about both thesis and antithesis at a time. Rethinking. Antithesis, that again becomes thesis. Again it's antithesis. That again becomes thesis. Then it's antithesis. In this way, the search will never end, the thinking will never end. Rethinking. So, the philosophical activities can be divided into three types. One is speculative. The first one, what I spoke about thinking, that is speculation. Philosophers speculate. To speculate is the prerogative of human beings. It is the inner urge to speculate about something, to construct a thought about something. So all the philosophers, Indian and Western, they have speculated so many things and have built their systems. Whatever is spoken about reality, whatever is spoken about Jagat, whatever is spoken about Maya, whatever is spoken about God, about man, everything is nothing but a speculation. So philosophy is speculation. Because speculation is the very inner urge of man. Man can't but speculate. But that is not enough. The second step is analytic aptitude. And the third one, after rethinking, we shall come to dialectic approach. Speculative, analytic, and dialectic. It is about every man. It is not about philosophy. In literature, in history, in physics, in chemistry, in every discipline, we have these three things: speculation, analysis, and dialectic. So in analytic method, we interpret something from different perspectives, from different standpoints. We give rational approach, we give rational interpretation to the thesis. How it can be interpreted from different standpoints. That is the analytic bent of thinking. But after that comes the dialectic. In the dialectic method, what happens? We accept both thesis and antithesis. In the dialectic process, we accept both thesis and antithesis, and we may make or may not make a synthesis. That acceptance is very difficult. In common life, in our practical life, a layman, therefore I said that philosophy is not everybody's cup of tea, because a layman, a common man, cannot accept both thesis and antithesis impartially. Cannot. It is very difficult. If anybody can, then he is a philosopher. Man has capacity to think. Man has capacity to rethink, and man has capacity to accept both thesis and antithesis. That is the dialectic method. And in every system of Indian philosophy and Western philosophy, these three things are available: speculation, analysis, and dialectic. Some dialectics are very famous. Hegelian dialectic, Bradley dialectic, Kantian dialectic, Plato's dialectic. Very famous. Why? Why a philosopher can accept both thesis and antithesis? Because a philosopher should have a neutral mind. A philosophy should not be bound with. A philosopher should not have the bondage of thesis or antithesis. In the dialectic process, there remains two parties, Uttarapaksha and Purvapaksha, proponent and opponent. What is the ethics of dialogue? What is the ethics of argument? The opponent will accept the view of a proponent, and the proponent will accept the view of an opponent. When two philosophers are discussing something, they may argue, but there is no animosity. There is no animosity. There is dialectic also between Arjuna and Lord Krishna. In course of a discussion, Lord Krishna has used very harsh word to Arjuna, that you are so and so, you are a coward. So many harsh words. But Arjuna did not take that by heart, because that is the process of dialogue. Argumentation will be there, but there shall be no animosity. This is called wisdom. This is not like a village quarrel. How village women quarrel for nothing. One speaks, the other speaks. One speaks, the other speaks, and nobody is the listener. This is not the philosophical discussion. So when two parties are there, when there are two parties, and there are two separate views, opposite views, they appear to be opposite, but there is no opposition, because the purpose is learning. The purpose is wisdom. The purpose is the philosophic pursuit. So a philosopher should have a neutral mind. Therefore, in Jaina system, it is said that philosophy is only a view from a standpoint. Satvada, every judgment is relative. Because every seeker is a blind. Every seeker is blind. If 5 blind men are searching the elephant, and each is claiming that this is elephant, touching the part of the body, similarly, this is the position of all of us. Therefore, I said, man is a fool. Man is a fool before nature. Nature is so vast, and the knowledge is so vast. We are only trying to know. Here we shall say that no man is a philosopher. Every man is a philosopher. Very few people are philosophers. Here comes when thesis and antithesis both are accepted, and there is no opposition. There is no opposition. There is no animosity. There is no conclusion. Then who is a philosopher? No one is a philosopher. Because your thinking is false, your rethinking is also false. Because there is no conclusion. Professor Hudanand Rai was giving very beautiful example while explaining dialectics. He says that in forest, when the branches of a tree collide to each other this way, one branch is thesis and the other branch is antithesis. They caught fire. Both are burned. The thesis is burned and the antithesis is also burned. Both the thesis and antithesis are burned and became ash. Nothing remains. In our village, two neighbors were quarreling for one coconut tree. That coconut tree is still there, and both the people, the neighbors who were quarreling, they are dead after 30 years of fighting in the court. But the coconut tree is alive. This man is left, that man is left. The opponent is left, the proponent is left. The thesis is left, the antithesis is left. What remained? We have to understand this. If every conclusion, every statement of ours is relative, even values are also relative. Values vary from society to society, from state to state. Then we cannot speak of a absolute knowledge. We cannot speak of a final conclusion in philosophy. So philosophy is the pursuit of wisdom. Philosophy is not wisdom. Philosophy is the pursuit of wisdom. And this pursuit is there in every man, more or less. Why no man is a philosopher? Beyond a philosopher, we can better say a man can become a seer. Seer means who can see. Who can see the truth. Who can envision the truth. Who can see the truth. Therefore, philosophy is called a darsana, to see the truth. A seer. Gautama Buddha was a seer. Sri Aurobindo was a seer. They were not philosophers. We call them philosophers. Shankaracharya was a seer. Philosopher is a very small word before seer. Seer means who have directly experienced the truth and who are living with. Socrates was a seer. Therefore, he could die for truth. I shall never tell lie. I shall take hemlock. I shall die. Who can do this? Who can do this? Only a man of wisdom can do this. If philosophy is confined to only thinking and rethinking, thesis and antithesis, only speculation and analysis, then he is a philosopher only. He cannot be a seer. But the person who lives with wisdom, who imparts wisdom to the common people, he becomes wisdom. In Indian culture, we believe knowing by becoming. Knowing by becoming. Whatever you know, you become. the mother becomes the child. Mother becomes the child, therefore the child takes food. Similarly, a devotee will become a true devotee when he completely surrenders before the deity. One has to become. If I know the truth, then I shall live with the truth. I shall become that truth. I know, but I do not become, then I am not a philosopher, I am a doubter. I am a layman. I am a false man. If I know, I have to become. When I become, I transform. I get transformed from my imperfect being to the perfect being. What Principal Madam said, that philosophy is living. Yes, philosophy is living. Philosophy is becoming. Becoming something. Philosophy is not merely learning, only getting certificates, only doing PhD. Philosophy means learning, becoming, living. Whatever I think, I have to live. When the question of living will come, here two things will be added to knowledge. That is action and devotion. Jnana, karma, bhakti, samuchaya. Only mere knowing is not life. In order to live a perfect life, we have to act accordingly and we have to feel accordingly. Our feelings should be pure. Our actions should be pure. If we claim that our knowledge is pure. Knowledge, action, and feeling, these are interconnected. Philosophy is not only knowledge oriented, philosophy is also living oriented. Living oriented means knowledge, action, and feeling. Action. If I know this, then I shall act according to my knowledge. I shall have love, sympathy, compassion, kindness, forgiveness. All these things constitute my personality. All these things make my life worth living. Worth living. Therefore, Socrates said that an unexamined life is not worth living. An unexamined life is not worth living. We have to examine our life, what we are. Socrates had the knowledge of truth and he was committed to truth, therefore he died. Therefore he took hemlock. If I know truth, I love truth, and I shall live according to truth. If truth is not there, I shall die. Whatever may happen. This is called commitment. A philosopher is like that. A philosopher should be like that. A philosopher should have a neutral mind. He should not have any fond beliefs, fond convictions. Nothing is my fond conviction that I love this theory. No, I do not love any theory because I am a philosopher. I mean everybody. Everybody. If you claim that you know, then that knowledge should be translated in your action and in your affection. Knowledge should be translated in action and affection. Therefore, philosophy is called love of wisdom. It is not only wisdom, it is love of wisdom. Three things: Jnana, Karma, and Bhakti. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that these three are interconnected. Lord Krishna taught Arjuna not only about knowledge of the truth, he taught about Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Because all these three make a man complete. That is the job of a philosopher. So whenever I teach my students, I try to teach philosophy going beyond my classroom, going beyond my syllabus. Yes, your syllabus is all right, your course is complete, but what you learned? If you have studied philosophy 2 years, for 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, or if you are teaching philosophy for 30 years, 40 years, and if your personality, if your inner quality has not been transformed, then your philosophy is only information. Your philosophy is only information. It is even not knowledge. Philosophy is not information. Philosophy is not knowledge. Philosophy is wisdom. It is that wisdom which liberates us from our bondage, from our ignorance. सा विद्या जा विमुक्त है, जो विद्या हमको मुक्त कर दिए. So freedom is the final goal of life. Parama Purusartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Mukhya. Mukhya is the Parama Purusartha, and that is attained by wisdom. That is the goal of philosophy. By studying philosophy, by teaching philosophy, by learning philosophy, if we are not transformed, then it is nonsense. We are doing nothing. Better you should be a political science teacher or any teacher of any other faculty. This is the integrity of a philosophy teacher. This is the integrity of the philosophy subject. Therefore, it is called love of wisdom. We should have love for this subject. Philosophy is the deep study of any subject. What is the scope of philosophy? There is no subject which is free from philosophy. Therefore, the highest degree, that is doctorate in philosophy, PhD or MPhil, that certificate is certified to us only because of this dignity, that you have studied deeply in a particular discipline. So philosophy is the prana, the life of all subjects. Therefore, this highest degree is given to any scholar of any faculty. Philosophy is the deep study. Philosophy is the deep thinking. Philosophy is the deep analysis. Philosophy is the deep assimilation. Philosophy is the deep synthesis. Philosophy is the deep reflection. And philosophy is living. जो पाठ पढ़ी देले मनुष्यर व्यक्तित्व परिवर्तन हो जाए तार अजणातारे जानिकरी नुह पढ़ू जार व्यक्तित्व परिवर्तन हो जाए. पढ़ू 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 फिलोसफी पढ़ू पढ़ू फिलोसफी पढ़ू पढ़ू केते बेले से व्यक्तित्व परिवर्तन हो जाइए आपण जानी परिबे नहीं. You cannot notice your transformation because you are already transformed. So philosophical learning, philosophical teaching are always new. It is not old. It is always new. It's always fresh. It's always fresh. It's always fresh. And it gives us pleasure, anand. जोटा पढ़ी देले गोटे अपूर्व आनंद मिले आखिर लुह पड़े आसब हृदयटा खुशी रे भरी जीव कौन गोटे आज मु पढ़ी देली बस. So there are so many things to discuss. So I shall stop here. Philosophy is not only thinking, it is rethinking, and it's the synthesis of both thinking and rethinking. It has three approaches, speculative, analytic, and dialectic. And philosophy is living. Philosophy builds us. Philosophy builds us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Hello. Thanks so much, Professor Pramod Kumar Das, for your enlightening speech and the way you have spoken from the commencement of your speech to the end of the speech is very thought-provoking. Our students and teachers must have been benefited out of your talk, and the way you started that thinking is philosophy thinking, and you have also given very clarification to thinking and the types of thinking like ethical thinking, logical thinking, analytical thinking, dogmatic thinking, scientific teaching, everything that is must be benefited for the students, and you have cleared all the doubts of students regarding the fundamentals philosophy. Our students on the eve of the philosophy day, World Philosophy Day, must know what is philosophy, what philosophy is. So the very ABC of philosophy you have reflected. You have reflected what the difference between the thinking, rethinking, and the rethinking of thinking, that is philosophy, and how philosophy goes on searching, and it is a never-ending process, and it has no conclusion. And you have given a very concrete thing, that thinking beyond is philosophy. Thinking beyond is philosophy that you are implementing, that is in your classroom. At the end, you said that how you go beyond your syllabus while teaching in the classroom. So it is the very nature of philosophy, nature of philosophy teachers, that we have to love the subject. We must have the commitment for philosophical reflection, philosophical understanding, and love for knowledge. And you have also given three philosophical approaches, that is speculative approach, analytic approach, and dialectic approach. And really, actually today, our students and our teachers have been benefited a lot out of your talk, that is philosophy and man and philosophy, Manava Darshan. Now it's time for me to request our host and our moderator, Mr. Debasis, to ask for clarification if there is that is from our audience. Okay, over to Debasis. If there is any clarification or question. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello. Namaskar, sir. So, as I am seeing the chat room, So there are no such question here.
Okay, okay.
Hello. If someone have some question, they can unmute themselves and ask their question. ଯଦି କାହାର କିଛି ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଥାଏ ତାହେଲେ ସେ ସ୍ପିକର କୁ ଅନମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିକି ନିଜର ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ପଚାରି ପାରିବେ।
Clarification. ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ ପଚାରିବେ, ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ ଅଛନ୍ତି?
ହଁ, ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ ଅଛନ୍ତି।
Okay, ପଚାରିବେ।
Hello, ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ ନମସ୍କାର।
Hello.
Hello, ସାର୍ ନମସ୍କାର।
Namaskar, namaskar,
हाँ
Devashish.
sir।
I have nothing to ask anything. I learned many things from Pramod Babu, and you have managed it all in a well organized way. I have nothing to ask. Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, thanks so much, Devashish. Now, Mr. Prakash Kumar Sethi, the faculty member of philosophy of my college, is with me with this program. May I request him, Mr. Prakash Kumar Sethi, the seminar in charge, okay, to propose a vote of thanks, to Professor Pramod Kumar Das and the uh, to the to the participants. Over to Prakash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon to all. Honorable Principal Dr. Binati Manjay Raut Madam, esteemed most valued guest Dr. Pramod Kumar Das sir, respected Head of Department Kodai sir, and Vijay sir, all sir and madam, all the participants and my dear students. It's given me a immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of this institution. We want to express our sincere gratitude to honorable guest Dr. Pramod sir, who spare their precious time for us and grace this occasion with their presence. He presented on this topic, man and philosophy. So thank you, sir, for your insightful talk. I would like to thank our principal madam, Professor Binati Manjay Raut madam, for her valuable talk and inspiration. It's my honor to our gratitude to the participants like Professor Ranjita Ghosh madam, Dr. Aniruddha
Sir.
Ponda madam, sorry sir, Dr. Vijay Kumar Naik sir, Dr. Kalyani madam, Dr. Indra madam, Dr. Renugada madam, Dr. Niseka madam, and all those who are connecting with us. I must offer gratitude to Professor Devashish Sarangi sir for hosting and moderating and recording the program. I offer my thanks to Dr. Kodas Chandra sir, who is person behind the success of program. Thank you all, the students and the teachers, and for the all the participants. So thank you all, sir.
Okay, thank Prakash so much. Okay, for the participation and offering vote of thanks. And really, I am grateful to Mr. Pramod Kumar Das and Devashish. Those have made the program successful. Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Thank you.